All right, let's jump straight in. Today, in this explainer, we are absolutely dissecting a super short 34-word piece of financial advice that honestly just cuts right through the noise. It completely strips away our everyday excuses and basically forces us to take a hard look in the mirror. We're going to break down exactly why this tiny block of text acts as the ultimate financial reality check. Nobody is coming to save you financially. Not the government, not your job, not luck. Only you can change your money story. Save this as a reminder. Wow. It is blunt, it is completely uncompromising, and it's literally designed to jolt us right out of that passive mindset so many of us just default to when dealing with our money. Okay, let's dive into this. Notice how it doesn't kick off with some gentle, sugar-coated suggestion, does it? Nope. It is an absolute shock to the system. Nobody is coming to save you. It establishes this really harsh financial reality right out of the gate. It kind of calls out human nature, how we often just sit on the sidelines of our own lives, secretly crossing our fingers for a rescuer. This one sentence completely shatters that illusion right from the start. So I want you to ask yourself honestly right now, who is going to save you? Like, who are you secretly waiting for? We all naturally crave a rescue because, let's face it, waiting requires zero action, zero risk, and absolutely no personal accountability. But this text is actively poking at that comfort zone, challenging the entire notion that some financial knight in shining armor is ever going to show up. And the thing is, the text totally anticipates our excuses. It knows exactly where we usually look for an easy out, and it systematically categorizes them into what we can basically call the three false saviors. It lists out these external forces that we mistakenly rely on for a big breakthrough: the government, your job, and luck. By naming them right out loud, it just dismantles the actual pillars of our financial procrastination. Let's look at the first of these negations: not the government. Look at how aggressively definitive that language is. There's no nuance here. It totally destroys the hope of a systemic rescue. Whether it's waiting for sweeping policy changes, hoping tax brackets magically shift in your favor, or banking on broad student loan forgiveness. The text is insisting that relying on massive, macro-level governmental action to fix your daily finances is just a false hope. Then the rhythm just keeps hitting. Not your job. And man, this one is particularly striking because society practically conditions us to believe our 9-to-5 is our ultimate savior, but the source explicitly shuts this down. Just putting your head down, doing the work, and passively waiting for that standard 3% annual raise to somehow outpace inflation, it identifies that as a total trap. Let's be real, your employer's main goal is their bottom line, not your financial independence. Which brings us to the final piece of the triad: not luck. This one strips away the absolute last, most desperate excuse we cling to. It's the whole lottery mentality, right? The secret hope for a sudden inheritance, a viral crypto moment, or just stumbling on a winning ticket, even though the actual odds are something insane like 1 in 300 million. By explicitly ruling out luck, this manifesto just slams the door completely on waiting for the unpredictable. And this brilliantly illustrates the raw math behind all of this. If we map out the probability of a rescue according to the text, the numbers are pretty stark. The government? That gets a 0. Your job? 0. Luck? A big fat 0. The entirety of the power, literally 100% of the probability for actual financial change, is located in exactly one place: you. You are the only variable that actually matters here. So what we're looking at here is a massive contrast. On one side, we have that toxic, passive mindset, just waiting around to be saved by those external forces we just tore down. But on the other side, we have this wildly active, empowered mindset the text is pushing us toward, actually changing your money story. It isn't just telling you what to avoid, it is demanding a complete psychological flip from being a passenger to actually driving the car. So, the crucial point is, having totally eliminated every other possibility, the source pivots sharply to the ultimate solution: only you. See how huge that is? Yes, it's a heavy burden, but think about the immense power of total personal responsibility resting right on your shoulders. It enforces the fact that you, and only you, are capable of altering your financial trajectory. I love that the text tells you to change your money story. Now, this is a fascinating concept. Notice it doesn't say change your bank account or fix your budget. A money story is abstract. It's that deeper, personal financial narrative you keep telling yourself. It's your beliefs about wealth, your daily habits, your past mistakes, and your future potential all rolled into one. By calling it a story, the text implies it's fluid, it's not fixed in stone. You are the author here, and you have the absolute power to write whatever the next chapter is going to be.
Then the whole thing wraps up with a very literal call to action. Save this as a reminder. Now, why is that actually necessary? Because that habit of waiting for a savior is big so deeply into our psychology. Just reading a quote once on your phone isn't going to cut it. The source recognizes that permanently breaking passive habits takes real daily repetition. You literally have to be reminded of your own accountability constantly, day in and out, until it finally becomes your new default setting.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a really practical framework. We can basically translate this incredibly brief text into definitive, actionable steps you can literally start today. Step 1. Stop waiting. Cut those emotional ties to the idea of the government, your job, or random luck rescuing you. Step 2. Take control. Be the author of that new money story. And step 3. Save the reminder. Actually build that mental habit of total, uncompromising accountability. So we've deconstructed the false saviors, and we've established this harsh yet incredibly empowering reality of your own internal locus of control. The math leaves absolutely no room for debate anymore. It is 100% up to you. So as we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with the only question that truly matters now that all the excuses are gone. What will your new money story be?